Hi there, everybody. It's been a little while since our last video update, and here we are. Summer is upon us. For the last few days, Bryn and I had what we thought was just, your average summer cold. Little stuffy nose, little scratchy throat, no big whoop. Unfortunately, we did test positive for COVID. So clearly that's still a thing. And just to be safe, we're homebound. We're going to kind of isolate for the next 5 days. We'll follow the rules. But what better time to spend our time home than to put a video out for you guys? So today we're going to start, just scratching the surface on the estate planning piece. There's a lot of different moving parts to it. There's no way we're going to cram it all into a short video. So you may hear Lance and I talk about in the past, living will, maybe a trust makes sense. But today we're going to focus on the durable powers of attorney. We actually spoke on this, Lance and I, at our client appreciation dinner in June. If you attended the event and you're hearing this again, apologies for the redundancy, but this is a topic that we think is really important and wanted to get the word out to as many folks as possible. And this is something that we've actually been, running into more and more in our office. And let's talk about why it's so important. So first of all, what is a power of attorney? That is a legal document of you, potentially the principal, granting legal authority to someone else, the agent, to make decisions or act on your behalf. So you're granting someone else the ability to act on your behalf. The word durable comes into play, and that means that those authorities that you grant someone to act on your behalf, that those remain in force or remain in effect in the event that you become incapacitated or you have what's known as diminished capacity and you can't make decisions for yourself. Okay? In the state of Ohio, all powers of attorney are defaulted or automatically considered durable unless you state otherwise. I haven't seen many. You can see there's limited, there's general, there's springing power of attorneys. We don't see many of them, but they do exist. For all intents and purposes on what we're discussing on the financial side, those powers of attorney do need to be durable, and that's something we would be glad to look at with you. Now, we're not attorneys, so we can't draft the document for you, but we can certainly take a peek at it to make sure the language matches up with what we might require on our end. So durable power of attorney, I think, is what's most important. And you're going to see there's what's known as medical power of attorney on the medical side to help make health decisions for you. And then there's financial powers of attorneys, which is more important on our end. Both are equally important, but if we're discussing the financial end, maybe it's the same person. Maybe you pick the same person to be your medical and your financial powers of attorney. I know my folks, they have powers of attorney, and I'm their financial power of attorney, and my sister is the medical side. They gave me the power. So maybe you split it up. All depends, something you want to work with your estate attorney on. Why is this important? So let's talk about a few examples, and these are real life examples that we've run into in our office in the last few months. Let's assume we've got a married couple. We've got John and we've got Susan, okay? Susan has the bulk of the assets of the household in her name in her retirement account, her IRA. Remember, IRA is individual retirement account. Now, you would think married couple, they could both access that account, but unfortunately, that's just not the case. So in this example, if something happens to Susan and she has diminished or reduced capacity and can't make decisions for herself, and she goes into a nursing home or an assisted living facility, and John wants to access her account to help pay for her care, he can't do it legally unless there's this power of attorney document. If that power of attorney document exists, we're good to go. We'll file the document on our end. We'll grant John that authority based on the document. We're good to go. But if the document doesn't exist, It's really, really hard to grant powers of attorney after someone becomes incapacitated, okay? Same thing, if you're single, let's say you're not married, who do you want to be your spokesperson? Who do you want to help make those decisions for you in the event that you can't, okay? Whether it's your kids, or maybe this is something you should be talking to your parents about. You know, this is really, really important. Again, durable powers of attorney. We don't want to see you run into a situation where perhaps you need care and you're having a tough time making decisions for yourself, and someone needs to help pay for your care out of your account, but they can't because the power of attorney document doesn't exist. That's why that's important, okay? Let us know, reach out to us, ask us questions. We'd be glad to help guide you. We'd be glad to steer you in the direction of a state attorney. Good seeing everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more.